plan po?
Kasi we want to be ano din sa mga kababayan natin na yung bawat sentimong ginagastos natin dito pupunta sa tamang mga proyekto. And with the assurance from my colleagues, Senior Vice Chair Abet Garcia and Congressman Brian Poe, I think I will put forth a motion to approve the National Broadband Program.
Second. Thank you. Before we act on the motion, just to add, tama si Honorable Poe, yung ating broadband program, if I remember correctly, from the tip of Luzon, nasa Leyte na po, nasa Visayas. So itong 1 billion additional pesos would now connect from Visayas area in Leyte down to Mindanao. So ito na yung main spine ng ating broadband. At kapag in-implement na po yung konektadong Pinoy, ito na po yung mga last mile connectivity dahil meron na tayong national spine or national broadband. So this will really enhance our connectivity.
Mr. Chair, just a minor clarification. Mr. Chair, I noticed, Mr. Chair, that the proposal is lodged under the Office of the Secretary of DICT. I'm just wondering how different would this be if we just simply identify a program and instead of lumping it under the Office of the Secretary. I don't want to make it appear that this is a budget of the administrative budget of the Office of the Secretary instead of a program intended for a particular usage. I just want to be clarified with this.
If I may, this is a priority of the President na talagang mabuo yung ating national broadband. As I've said earlier, nasa Visayas area na po, na-clarify ni Congressman Poe. And itutuloy na po ito sa Mindanao area. And having such a high priority, I think it is but fitting na yung Office of the Secretary ang talagang tumutok dito para talagang ma-implement ng mas mabilis dahil is the top guy in that department, and knowing the Secretary is very young, very energetic, very aggressive, mas lalo niyang ma-implement ito ng mabilis if it's under his office.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for that clarification.
Thank you, Honorable Zia. So there's a pending motion. Without further ado, duly seconded and no objection, an additional 1 billion pesos for the national broadband is approved.
Mr. Chair, the last request from the DICT is the Cybersecurity Information Infrastructure Development and Management. This is a fairly large request. The DICT is requesting for 7,238,549,000 pesos. The proposal of this representation is at least fund 2.5 billion pesos of this. And if I may explain a little bit the importance of this. Just the other week, PAGCOR was hacked and its watch list was leaked in the dark web. A few weeks prior to that, the civil service was hacked, and 75,000 data points of our fellow government workers was available on the dark web. We have constant issues of scams, propaganda, and illegal gambling operations happening online. Kaya I do believe that this 7 billion is warranted, but it's my humble suggestion that we at least start with 2.5 billion. I was assured by the Secretary that 2.5 billion will give us both the equipment we need to monitor and the equipment needed to respond.
I move to the approval, Madam Chair.
Well explained by Honorable Poe. There is a motion to approve the proposal. Any second? Duly seconded. Are there any objection? Hearing none, the motion for an additional 2.5 billion for the Cybersecurity Information Infrastructure Development and Management Program of the DICT is approved. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat, sir.
Okay, so maraming salamat. That is for the DICT. Now we move to the Department of Energy. May we call on Vice Chair Hernandez for the agency's proposals?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Department of Energy submitted a proposal for additional budget for two programs. First, the Philippine Gradiometry and Seismic Survey Project. DOE proposes to undertake the Philippine Gradiometry and Seismic Survey Project to unlock the Philippines' indigenous energy potential and attract high-value investment by acquiring critical geophysical data across the underexplored sedimentary basin. This is to better understand the subsurface of certain areas in the Philippines, especially for with respect to oil and gas potentials. So their proposal is 2,788,999. However, this will be in phases. The BARC counter proposal is 627,496,000. And I move to approve the counter proposal of the BARC.
Okay, so there's a proposal and a motion. What is the pleasure of the body?
Second.
So there is a duly seconded. There is no objection. So an additional amount of 627,496,000 for funding of the Philippine Gradiometry and Seismic Survey Project is approved.
The second program is one of the priority projects of this administration, the Total Electrification Program. In 5 years' time, the total budget for 100% electrification is about 71 billion. However, because of fiscal limitation, in order to meet the 5-year target, they need at least 13 billion a year. However, right now in their NEP, I think they have almost 5 billion. And then there is a proposal to get additional 5 from PISAM. And their request for BARC is additional 5 billion pesos. The BARC's proposal is to match the 5 billion pesos. So I therefore, pero yung ayusin pa kasi isa eh. In pinaprocess yung coming from another department. So I move for the approval of the counter proposal of the BARC. No, I move that the proposal to match the 5 billion be approved.
Yes, before we approve, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Fuentebella.
Yes, I've been defending DOE for the past 3 years. And this has been the problem. Ang nakalagay lang kasi Sitio Electrification Program. But we still have other barangays na wala pang kuryente. So can we put barangay/Sitio Electrification Program? Kasi yun ang nagiging problema ng NEA pagdating sa barangay, sabi na wala pang kuryente. So can we just amend this, just for the record, barangay/Sitio Electrification Program, 5 billion.
Part of the Sitio electrification is that barangay line electrification.
The Sitio electrification is pag may kuryente na yung barangay. But in others, may barangay tayo na wala pa talagang kuryente. So yun yung terminology na nahihirapan yung NEA. Like Masbate has been asking for a barangay electrification program, pero hindi nila mabigyan kasi sitio. So it means, pag may sitio ka, yung may kuryente na yung barangay. But in other districts, in other municipalities, or other barangays, wala pa talagang kuryente ang barangay. So what we do lang, usually we amend it, the barangay/Sitio electrification program.
Question po muna to both Kong Dinant and Kong Arnie as sponsors of the DOE. Would that be the case talaga? Like does the current guidelines of the CTO electrification program exclude the creation of lines along barangays?
Yes, if I may, usually when we say sitio electrification, it means already that the barangay is fully energized, the barangay. Then you spread yung zone 1, zone 2, and then so on and so forth. But there are instances na minsan yung barangay wala. So, paano malalagayan yan ng sitio kung yung mismong barangay wala pa? So, it's a technical term lang na usually hiningi ng NEA, then just to correct it, na para maging barangay / sitio electrification program.
We'll have to request for a formal proposal from NEA on that, because
Yes.
that was not something that was raised during the budget hearing, di ba?
But I think in terms of implementation, they still use this for barangay electrification.
Kasi it's the name of
Usually
the
it's
program.
pag sitio talaga yung kasi nagka-problema kami noon sa Masbate. But we can clarify it, ma'am. It's just for yeah.
I'm worried kasi to
I
change
remember
that.
actual experience. My farthest barangay, siguro mga about 40-50 kilometers na from poblasyon, diba? So what we did, since there's a budget per sitio, so lahat ng sitio nilagyan until na kaabot sa barangay. That's what we do. So nakuryentahan yung buong barangay at lahat ng sitio with a big amount.
I'm just a little bit worried because that's what you call the particular program now, and that's the line item that's there in the NEP. So I'm just a little bit worried about changing it at this point in time because baka ma-technical.
That's just for the record lang yun, ma'am, kasi gagawin natin yun sa APRO. So not within the BARC. Okay. So
Hindi po, kasi the name of the program
Yes, I
within
understand.
DOE
Yes.
is that. So we can't just change it on the part of the BARC.
No, not the
that's how-
BARC. Yes,
so you
ma'am.
call it eh.
Actually, it happened before nung in-amend natin kung hiningi nila dahil sa DBM nagkamali sila na sitio lang kasi knowingly na akala nila lahat ng barangays may kuryente na. So that's what they call the...
Madam Chair, may I suggest that we approve it first and then pending the discussions with the National Electrification Administration.
We'll approve it as it's currently called, which is the
yes.
CTO electrification program.
Yes.
And we'll just raise it to the DOE because if they want to have that amended, it has to. I don't think the Committee on Appropriations is the right avenue to call for that amendment, to be honest. So we'll just approve it for now as CEP, CTO electrification program.
Yeah, with that, I second the motion of the proposal.
Before that, Madam Chair, balikan din natin siguro yung kanilang utilization kasi isa rin dito sa pinakamabagal na utilization nila. Kasi dati, marami kasing sinasubmit natin, binavalidate pa yan, matagal ang validation. One requirement bago sila mag-download is that there should be kailangan mo nang ma-account yung una nilang download. I mean, halimbawa, isang cooperative, mayroon silang ni-request na city electrification program, binigyan sila ng 50 million. Bago sila ma-releasean ulit, kailangan muna nilang anong tawag yun, ma-liquidate yung unang 50 million. So, because of that requirement of liquidation, matagal ang downloading at saka mabagal ang utilization.
I think they have a request to COA to make an adjustment na while they're implementing, para mabilis yung implementation, bumabagal dun sa part ng COA on the liquidation. Kaya medyo nadidelay. But if I look at their utilization in 1994, pretty high. Now, they're in the middle, but there is an assurance that it will be more than 90+%. Or in fact, 100% before the end of the year.
Maybe check on that po, Comsec. What is the current utilization for the CEP? (2024) Really bad writing. Their obligation rate is at 99.93%, but the disbursement is only at 30%. So matagal yung procurement.